thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Along with Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, Emmy-nominated writer-producer Bill Simmons. Again, you're in the seat, and again, we're so lucky to have.
I can't believe Brent Barry's here. How'd you get him?
And told him that you were going to come in.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of sushi. And told him you were going to join us.
Wow. Four of the greats. I'm so delighted to be here.
DA, it's all yours.
Well, Damian Lillard is not just the best player on the Blazers. He's the team's unquestioned leader. But he said leadership is not all about talking. It's about letting others hold you accountable, too. Being coachable and committing to a common purpose. For him, guys, being a leader doesn't mean he puts himself above his teammates.
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. In 2019, Chris Middleton named an All-Star for the first time. Bill, can he be the second best player on a championship team? He was asked, I guess, to be that last year, and it didn't work.
I think he could be the third best player in a championship
team. Third, yes.
But I think you saw in the playoffs last year when they really needed the second kind of creator. I don't even want to say scorer, but somebody who could create a shot when your best guy is either sitting or having a bad game. He's just not quite there. He's too streaky, I think.
Terrific player.
Really good player. If he could definitely be one of the best four guys on the championship.
Absolutely.
But as the number two guy now.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony Tolliver, and it's Hezonja in at the three, the small forward. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the four with Lopez the five. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews, and it's Middleton in at the small forward. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bledsoe. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, efficiency there from Eric Bledsoe. Good at knowing when he should look to score.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard from downtown. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Giannis kicks to Bledsoe. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Matthews against McCollum. Shoots from 12, and he nails the jumper. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Passes it to Tolliver. It's McCollum on the wing. He's covered by Matthews. Here's Hezonja. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Inside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
One of the first attributes you hear about Eric Bledsoe is his strength, shown there.
The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the game right now. The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe.
Just Eric Bledsoe, when he's in these games and you can see he's got hyper focus, he can become a big problem. Athletic, plays both ends of the floor, and that power from him at the guard position is very unique.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. For Portland, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Bill, you're a basketball historian. We know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z, you know you're out there, you're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they make the case for LeBron and the way things are now.
Well, what about like the Oscar Robertsons, the Elgin Baylors? And we talked about,
oh, yeah.
My goodness, you talk about some of these players. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the
fantastic
60s,
numbers.
70s, 80s.
Oh.
I think part of what hurts is people can go on YouTube, and when you watch some of the older stuff, nobody's playing defense.
Off the inbound pass, and Lillard lays it up and in. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for Milwaukee. Down low, Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Again, floor vision from Eric Bledsoe makes dishing that basketball look easy.
Lillard against Bledsoe. Tolliver kicks to McCullough. Here's Nurkic. And no good that time. Good D by Lopez. Milwaukee in the lead. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Bledsoe finds Giannis. Middleton outside. Clock at 6. And here's Matthews from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Matthews has got 5 points so far.
Yeah, complete focus right now. Such an impressive start to this game. 100% from the field.
To the inside. And there's Lillard on the assist by McCollum. Bucks leading by 3. Bill was in Boston where you received your master's degree in journalism. What attracted you to this profession? Why journalism?
I couldn't do anything else, and I didn't like manual labor.
Oh, really?
No, that really was it. I was good at writing.
Like anybody in your family or anybody you
No,
idolize?
I was always a good writer, and I liked writing and sports.
Yeah.
So just kind of like, I'll do those two things
Did
together.
it in high school, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, started in high school. I had the big thing for me was in college. I had a column for the school newspaper, really from freshman year on. And around sophomore year, I felt like it started to get momentum. And that was the first time I thought, I wonder if I can get paid for this.
Right.
Which, as it turned out, no, until I was about 29.
Yeah. Just 2 to shoot. Here's the 3. The Trailblazers rebound. Nurkic. Good D by Lopez. The Bucks have gone a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. No good that time. And it's Portland the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, watching that game quarter to quarter, they sped up, they slowed down, but they executed in every facet.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Following the score by Damian Lillard. Outside for Bledsoe. And again, the Bucks miss.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him, it just can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
He's a hard guy to guard everywhere on the floor, but more than anywhere else, Giannis can get you in the paint. That's where he lives.
Lillard against Bledsoe. A 3 from McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. McCollum's got 6.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And McCollum with the slam.
Well, as his confidence grows, McCollum gets himself into attack mode, and that's where his game goes to another level. Beautiful drive by the young phenom.
Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
His touch has left him in this quarter. nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the Ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should go?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read. That's what I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Chris Middleton. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Gasol comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Mario Hezonja. Rodney Hood subbed in for McCollum. Lillard against Hill. Pass to Gasol. Back to Lillard. Bazemore on the wing. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. To the middle. Here's Lopez. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Korver against Hood. Bazemore on the wing. And another 3 for Portland. Bill, if you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple of years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite, they actually blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some young players,
and still stay competitive.
Build
so they kept the
nucleus.
momentum of their franchise.
Yeah, they stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics before them did the same thing in the mid-2000s. They're just trying to find assets and figure it out on the fly. That's the approach I would use. I would never fully commit one way or the other to anything. The goal is to try to accumulate assets and figure out what you have. And I think the smartest teams do that.
Bucks trail by 11. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. The quick look, no good that time. Giannis has gotten 3 of his 8 shots to go, around 37%. Hood can't get it to go.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And that one's good by Giannis.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great, scoring is coming in bunches, and both of the teams feeling confident right now.
Now here's Whiteside. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Count that one. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Just looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Korver passes to Ilyasova. Now Hill puts up a 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Lillard left side, over Hill, rebound Milwaukee. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
Yeah, last game was pretty impressive stuff on that end of the floor, just getting up near shooters and blocking as many shots as they did.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. 1:25 left to play in the first quarter. And Lillard gets double teamed. Bazemore, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Bazemore's got 9.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here is Hill. An 11-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Now here's Bazemore. George Hill missing his last shot. And there it is for him. He's got 11.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Will it go? And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Hill.
George Hill recognizing when his man was open, an effective pass that time.
Lillard against Hill. Now here's Bazemore. He's tightly guarded. Hood can't get it to go. Outside Korver. And there's the pass to Hill. From the arc. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Already a superstar, Antetokounmpo talked about how much more he can improve.
I'm just trying to focus on the court. What's my next step as a basketball player? Because I know this is just the beginning. I haven't even reached my potential yet. I think I have a long way to go, and maybe one day I can be top 10 in all those things. I feel like I can do that.
I think he's already a top 5 player. With his skill set and physical tools, he can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Ilyasova out there with Kyle Korver. Then it's George Hill, and there's Robin Lopez, and it's Connaughton in at the 2 guard. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the 3rd youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, D.A., and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. And, Bill, we've seen more and more teams base their offenses around three-point shooters. Threes are at an all-time high. We know that. Should the NBA, that in mind, do anything to address this via any rule change, which I don't know what that would mean, but it has been talked about.
I don't like changing. I think it's going to manifest itself with it doesn't work in the playoffs as well. And teams are going to slowly realize like that you need to blend an inside-outside game at least a little bit.
Well, you can't lose what the game is.
No,
it's bigs and smalls, it's inside, it's outside. And
it's still passing and unselfishness. The Warriors take a lot of threes, but they're the most unselfish team we have, and they create a lot of layups, and they play, you know, they're really creative. And you just can't. That just can't be your thing. As we shoot 53s, here's our offense. The problem is, you're still going to get in these games where 2 points really matters, and that's what you saw with Kawhi in the playoffs last year. These games slow down, and it's going to be a 92 to 89 ending, and your team needs to get 10 baskets in the fourth quarter. No matter how you're going to get them, you still need somebody who can do that too.
You think about Hassan Whiteside's road to where he is now, a second-round pick, spent some time in the D League, now the G League, and it's great to see him turn his career around. You just wonder, how hungry is he to maximize his talent in the years to come?
Hill, no good. Trailblazers leading by 13. Good on the wing. Whiteside kicks it to Bazemore. Gasol's in the post. Hill's there, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Hill.
Don't see it often, but when Powell gets aggressive, he can be effective. So great at drawing contact right there on that shot.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
I'll throw out the two-time champion stuff for you here, Kevin, but an outstanding big man, Pau Gasol, even in the later stages of his career.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Brook Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Kyle Korver. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for George Hill. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. We've seen a handful of players land the Supermax contract bill. By and large, how do you see those deals working out?
It's tough. Nobody's really been happy with it yet. It's so much money, and it's such a big part of somebody's salary cap, and you're just kind of handicapped with it. And we've seen John Wall is the worst case scenario of it, but the situation Charlotte was in with Kemba Walker, where he makes the All-NBA team, and now his Supermax is $240 million instead of $180. Like, that's crazy. And in a salary cap league, to pay $50 million a year from somebody is just nuts. It compromises the ceiling of the team. So the Bucks are going to be in this position with Giannis, where he's making $55 million a year and the cap's $120. How are you going to put a good team around?
You can't maneuver.
You can't. So I would put a wrinkle in there that I would make the Supermax, whatever, pay the player whatever the number is, but it only counts for like $32 million or something. Make it so that it's not prohibitive.
A percentage of the total cap.
Yeah, make his cap figure is 32, even if you're paying him 55, and then that way people could compete better.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Tolliver comes in for Pau Gasol. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. Portland leading by 11. McCollum outside. Hazonia on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Rebounded by the Bucks. Lopez has got his 4th rebound in this one. Connaughton passes to Ilyasova, and Ilyasova throws it down.
And when Ilyasova gets in at the rim, the only thing that's on his mind is how he can finish on a play like that.
To the paint, here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And that's 17 points for Lillard. You'll name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my #1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant in '83, they won the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems. and was just awesome and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first.
Ever.
Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They were tape delaying games back then, and we didn't have league pass. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated, and you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure. It's one of the reasons I really good.
Bledsoe looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Pass to Nurkic. And now here's Hazonia, defended by Middleton. Lopez with the block.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now here's Bledsoe. 8 points his last outing. It's deflected. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. But they get it back. Here's Nurkic. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got rebound number 5 here tonight. High arcing shot. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Lillard against Bledsoe. Lillard outside. It's Hazonia in the corner. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. A different look for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Ilyasova. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Pat Connaughton. Both shots good from the stripe. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Pass to Lopez. Lets it go from deep. Portland grabs the miss. Tolliver's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And now here's Hazonia. Defense right on him. And Lillard gets double teamed. The dish to Tolliver. Pass to Nurkic. McCollum against Bledsoe. A baseline J, and the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 12 in the game.
Such a good player on the in-between game, weaving behind bodies to find some space, and CJ cashes in.
Now here's Giannis. 8 points for him. Back to Lopez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Lopez has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. The pass to Hazonia. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. With the break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. In 4th, the Trailblazers.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
The first free throw is good.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
No good on the second free throw. Bucks trail by 14. Over in the corner, Matthews bangs home the trifecta. Matthews has got his third bucket of the night.
And he is not shy about pulling the trigger from downtown. Matthews has the eye and the confidence from three-point range that you just love to see.
And the basket by McCollum.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Here's Bledsoe. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's McCollum. That one misses. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Over McCollum. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Matthews.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, I don't think he even sees a taller defender out there, just a gifted scorer.
And now, here's Hazonia. 17 points for him last game against Indiana.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Tries a three. Lopez grabs the board. Bucks trail by 11. Matthews goes in. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Matthews has got 7 now in this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Lillard scanning the floor. Here's McCollum. It's good from about 19 feet. McCollum's got 16.
That's a nice J off the pass there. CJ's shot has a great release point, and when he squares up like that, Kevin, you can count it.
Giannis left side, and that one drops for him.
And they haven't worked it inside as much as they did earlier in the game. Now that they have the lead, they don't seem as determined to pound it down low.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago, an average number in that regard.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Portland also making some changes. Whiteside's checked in for Tolliver. Hood comes in for Mario Hazonia. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Lillard. Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo.
Now we can talk about it over and over again, Kevin. Antetokounmpo combines size and versatility in ways we just haven't seen, at least up until the Greek Freak's arrival.
Hood finds Nurkic. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 8.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here is Hill. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Matthews, no one around him. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Giannis has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Whiteside. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Nurkic with the steal. McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Lopez with the block. And it's the Bucks on the break. Floats it up for Giannis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Every night there's something that Giannis does on the floor where you just have to put your hands on your head. Wow, what a move.
And entertaining as always. Bill, thank you so much for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you. Just, I don't want to do any Celtic games. Can you not do that? I don't want to see that team. Let's do the other teams.
Okay. You know, Brent, it's a different kind of broadcast with Bill Simmons mic'd up. He lets it rip.
Well, the thing about Bill is he's not going to hold back. He has some great, strong opinions, and he backs it up with a lot of facts due to the fact that he knows the history of the game quite well.
Here's Giannis after the basket by Yusuf Nurkic. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut back down to 6 after the bucket from Antetokounmpo. Here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
I know CJ plays the two-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Giannis inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. They double him with Giannis. Whiteside finds Bazemore, and that one good. And now it's a 10-point Portland lead.
Yeah, Bazemore does a good job of not getting thrown off balance there. Keeps his focus even after getting hit.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Giannis drives in, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. And a wide open look for Hood. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist in this one. From deep three-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time.
Well, he has to keep improving on this end of the floor. When CJ is helping out on defense, the teammates feed off that.
And so it's Portland. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 17 points and 5 assists. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
They did an awesome-orific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-orific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-orific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. It puts you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. As long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks.
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
With the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Brent, you played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that city love the NBA?
The Seattle fans are incredible and
knowledgeable.
Yes, and how much longer do we have to keep talking about how we want a team in Seattle?
One of the great cities in this country.
A fantastic place to play, to live, and the city is starved to get the Sonics back up there in the green and gold.
And they'll support it.
Oh, there's no question about it. So the time is ticking, and everybody's excited about the opportunity in the near future for the team to return.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Hazonia. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Portland. And both free throws good for Giannis. Brent, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
Lillard misses. Bucks trail by 9. Giannis outside. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, the muscle of Antetokounmpo is impressive. He's just destroying the defense right now.
Brent, for so long we've talked about the potential of what Giannis can do when he reaches his prime. 27 and 13 last year is a pretty good jumping off point.
Winning an MVP award for Giannis at 24 years of age, and knowing that most of the prime years for NBA players are starting to happen between 27 and 30. That's a scary thought, isn't it, Kevin? 4 or 5 years more of growth from Giannis Antetokounmpo and what he can do at that position. If that jump shot comes along, we may be seeing an all-time great develop throughout his career in the next decade.
And that one misses. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Lillard with the bucket.
Lillard just plays with great confidence, really feeling it here and looking to find any scoring opportunity in this one.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive on the money from 12 feet away. Bledsoe's got 13 points.
Oh, great move there. That spin just dusted the defense.
Lillard outside. A floater. McCollum, no good.
1 of 5 here, Kevin, to start the half. Their offense looks like it's shrinking right now.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. So it's Portland now, following the bucket by the Bucks. Here's Bledsoe. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Damian Lillard. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 26 points a game last year, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
Take a break.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
The first one falls. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. Brent, offensive versatility, all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket, and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
And the first one at the line is good.
First in the East, an overall best record with those 60 wins last year. Just a great season and a great playoff run by the Bucks. Unfortunately, fell victim to a backdoor sweep in the conference finals.
And so McCollum nails both of them. You know, Brent, the Bucks had never lost 3 games in a row all of last season until that Toronto series.
Think about how much that might impact what it is they rely on coming into this year, where they're not going to let that loss last year in the playoffs define them. It's a big learning curve. They had an opportunity. They were that close. They can hold on to that motivation all year long and get back to that opportunity this year in the playoffs. They'd be better for it.
Here's McCollum following the basket by Giannis. McCollum passes to Nurkic. 5 on the clock. Here's Azania. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Frozen. The guy is just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Lillard against Antetokounmpo. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got 4 this quarter.
Well, the defense sinking and filling the lane, but Lillard stops short and floats one over the top.
To the middle. Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo schemes it in.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
He's checked in for the Bucks. Pat Connaughton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Gasol's checked in. Here is Tolliver. Antetokounmpo defending. Here's Azania. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Azania's got 8.
That's what you're going to get with Pau Gasol, a tremendous passer who's got his eyes up at all times.
Up top, Bledsoe, covered by Lillard. Inside. Here's Lopez, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Pau Gasol.
The name of the game for the Bucks is defense. Very tough at the rim and challenging shooters. They have good length, obviously, out there on the wings, let alone Giannis all by himself. But defense, a big reason why last year they were able to collect 60 wins.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And Brent, with this Bucks defense, when they're locked in, they're tough.
Well, not only do they defend, they had the best effective field goal percentage against last year. They seal off the defensive possession with the rebound. They were a top rebounding team, second in blocks in the league. As a whole package, the Milwaukee Bucks present a unique problem. Good on defense and hard to match up with Giannis on the other side offensively.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Hazonia finds Gasol. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Passes to Hezonja. And here's McCollum. They double him with Middleton. Here's Hezonja. Here's Lillard. Gasol trying to free himself up. Lillard misses.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
Here is Tolliver. And a wide open look for McCollum. Second chance shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Trailblazers have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them. Free throw good from Tolliver.
And the Blazers GM called Portland a cocoon market. Not a lot of exposure, but these fans sure love their team.
Well, maybe you have to look at the front office and credit them for understanding the personalities of the guys that they rely on here in McCollum and Lillard. Not really going out to seek the limelight, wanting to concern themselves with getting better as basketball players, and then wanting to make an impact in the community. It's come together nicely for them in Portland.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 14. Trying to get open is Lopez. No good from Bledsoe. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. At one point, they led by 16. And Lillard gets it to go.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Here's Connaughton, following the score by Damian Lillard. Here's Connaughton. Good work defensively by Gasol. Trailblazers leading by 8. The feed to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 6 assists now in the game. Bucks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Bledsoe with it. Down low. Here's Middleton. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter.
That is tough. Watching Middleton find some kind of shooting window there and then knocking it down.
Here's McCollum. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Middleton for 3. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Tolliver's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. Some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. Rodney Hood comes in for Mario Hezonja. Bucks trail by 10. They double-team Bledsoe to the inside. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
It's nice to see the confidence he shows on his inside game and ability to get the shot up before the defender can do anything.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. Right side Gasol. Back to Lillard. Fires the 3. Buries it from three-point range.
Timeout.
Lillard's got 11 in the second half.
Well, that equals his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
Timeout called, the Bucks. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Trailblazers. Bucks trail by 11. Bledsoe outside. Now here's Lopez. And Gasol sends it back.
Got to respect the reach and length of Pau Gasol. Outstanding job of skying up for that rejection.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova. And here's Korver. By Hood. And there's Korver on the assist by Hill. Hill's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Lillard. Takes it off the glass. Lillard's got 13 points now in the quarter.
I don't think he even feels that kind of contact. His focus is just too good inside. Nothing a defense can do.
Well, he's not a locked-in starter these days, but Brent, George Hill can be effective off the bench.
Comes in at the 1 or the 2 guard position, can guard the 1 through 3 positions, and because of George Hill and his massive amount of playoff experience, there's a lot of confidence in the coaching staff to get George out on the floor, and that he's going to make the right play at the right time.
Here's Bledsoe, following the score by Damian Lillard, and stolen by Bazemore. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
As soon as Bazemore sees he has a chance to run in transition, he gets to his spot and takes full advantage.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 16. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
And he waited for the last possible minute to get that one off. Made a sick adjustment right before he let it go.
Bazemore passes to Hood. Lillard left side. Shot clock at 6. Shoots the 3. Here's Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
Yeah, it's 7'1", and with the type of length that Whiteside has in terms of his vertical reach, so hard to stop on the inside.
Here's Hill. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Pau Gasol.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
First one falls for him.
George Hill is a gear-shifting, versatile guard and has some size and a good perimeter defender with that length.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Matthews in for Eric Bledsoe. And a switch here also for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Pau Gasol.
And the game plan against the Blazers the last few postseasons has been trapping Lillard and McCollum and forcing someone else to beat.
Yeah, and you wonder if this is an opportunity for Zach Collins to really step into his own, along with Nurkic, who last year was injured during the playoffs, so that there can be some points and contributions coming from your power forward and center position. That'll ease some pressure on your backcourt.
The Trailblazers have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far. Throw good, Damian Lillard.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Both good from the line that time.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
Now here's Matthews. 15 points in the game. Down low. Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And it just keeps coming at you. Giannis has so much energy, and when he's this aggressive, he is just a dynamite offensive player.
And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited, he ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling, and Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
Oh, trying for it, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
So a moment now to see the story on Jusuf Nurkic. Great showing for him last season. 12th in rebounding and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards, going hard at it at both ends last year, really helping out his team.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Lillard against Hill. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got 36.
Well, sometimes you got to take a picture and understand what the defense is giving up, and Lillard took advantage there.
Hill kicks to Korver. Lopez passes to Matthews. Banked in off the glass. Matthews has got 17.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Yeah, doing anything he can right now to get his team to cut into this lead and give them a chance.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Bazemore passes to Whiteside. Put on the wing. Drops one in from the wing. He has 5. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Matthews out there with George Hill. And it's Korver in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Great to see Antetokounmpo going strong inside. At times, the D has no choice but to foul him.
Well, the Bucks are in a good spot with a young superstar entering his prime.
And they like the fact that this core has more potential in it. It wasn't just a one-hit wonder as they committed to Lopez. They committed to Chris Middleton. And now they think that they can take the next step with Giannis's growth.
Free throw good. Giannis.
It's very efficient and a well-tuned offense for the Bucks. They drive, they kick, they get open threes. Second in the league last year, as that was Mike Budenholzer's biggest change in threes.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. And with the Bucks in their offense, Brent, it all starts with Giannis.
Starts with Giannis, and that might have got them into trouble last year. They could maybe use another creator in a way where a guy can manufacture his own points. Who knows? Maybe that's growth within. Maybe that's Chris Middleton as he tries to improve his game, or Eric Bledsoe in some way. But the team does need a little bit more dynamism on the offensive end.
And the basket by Hill.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Portland leading by 10. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. McCollum outside. Matthews with the steal. Pass to Antetokounmpo. From outside the arc. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And drafted by the Jazz in 2014, Rodney Hood seemed to establish himself in Utah. But Brent, as we saw last year, he finished up well with Portland.
Well, a great job by Neil O'Shea picking Rodney Hood up and had some big games in the playoffs. He's part of a collaborative at the wing position now for Portland, where Terry Stotts can use the likes of Rodney Hood and Kent Bazemore to play a lot of switching defenses and continue to make teams have to guard, as Hood's capable of making threes and making plays off the bounce.
The first free throw is good.
A lot of people over the past couple of seasons wondering if C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard would be together. Well, the franchise has made that commitment to them financially. They've kept up great chemistry and great leadership with this team. Have the additions in the offseason been enough to push Portland forward?
Both free throws good from Hood. And you think about Lillard and McCollum, both 4-year star players at mid-major schools. Brent, they're used to leading the way and being accountable for the outcome.
Well, they also are very cognizant, Kevin, of recognizing what their contributions can do to lift their teammates. Always quick to compliment the guys that do the dirty work. This is one of the most dynamic duos in terms of backcourts that we have in the NBA.
Now Hood following the three-point attempt by Wesley Matthews. 6 on the shot clock. Hood with it. Now defended by Korver. Hood can't get it to go.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And Giannis throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Here's McCollum following the basket by Giannis. Hood, the pass to Tolliver. Lillard against Hill. No good there. And Milwaukee the other way now. Here's Matthews. Hit his foot. And it's whistled a kick. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Hezonja, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Shots good by Middleton.
And that's what Middleton is known for, a remarkable outside shooter, and that release got off pretty quick.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. 24 points for C.J. McCollum.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
To the middle. Here's Middleton, and they convert it last on attempt number 3. Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. They double in with Middleton. Here's Hezonja. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And the Trailblazers lead by 9. Lillard against Hill. Lillard comes with the double team. 6 to shoot. Matthews against McCollum. They get it back, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
He is just self-willing, his team right now, doing everything he can to keep them alive.
Eric Bledsoe is checked in for George Hill.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good. Thomas.
Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Tolliver, no luck.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Now Lopez. Back to Bledsoe. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
Bledsoe, good job cutting away from the ball and through the defense. Keep him in front of you.
And the pass to Nurkic. Tolliver the pass to Lillard. Portland again missing.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more 3-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Portland leading. And here is Hezonja. Good on the shot.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 38 points.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Here's Bledsoe. Got it. Good job in the low post.
You can see why there's so much talk about Bledsoe being physical on display there.
Tolliver the pass to Lillard. It's Hezonja in the corner. Offensive rebound. Nurkic. Good D by Lopez.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And the basket by Lillard.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Bucks trail by 6. Giannis right side to the paint, and Lopez throws it down.
Giannis, if you talk about maturity, the next thing you're going to see is him playing with great patience. Let the play unfold, and then take what the defense gives you.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to McCollum. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Middleton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one goes in. Giannis has got 43 points.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Matthews against McCollum. Passes it to Hezonja. Kicks it to Nurkic. The rebound by Middleton.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Lopez over to help. Tolliver for 3. Here's Hezonja, and the rejection by Giannis. And Hezonja gets it to go. Here's Giannis. Inside, it's tipped. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with the steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
And Portland making a change here. Whiteside's checked in, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Matthews.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
There's the lob, and Antetokounmpo up high to stop the alley-oop.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
Tolliver the pass to Lillard. Here's Whiteside, knocks it loose. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo to take the lead, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I don't want to give Bledsoe an open lane. That's inviting some trouble.
Foul. 2.
At the line for your Bucks, Eric Bledsoe. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. So he gets them both. Now now a timeout called by Portland.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Here's Lillard. Here's McCollum. Lillard outside. Pass to Azania. Back to Lillard. And it's McCollum in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. Whiteside trying to break free. And the 3 ball is good. Azania's got 12 points in just the second half. Now the pass to Lopez. Back to Bledsoe. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Whiteside's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. To the paint. Tolliver with the bucket. And now it's a 3-point Trailblazer lead.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Lopez with the ball. Back to Bledsoe. Good on the bucket. Bledsoe's got 26.
Eric Bledsoe steps up in a big moment.
Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Lillard against Bledsoe. It's Hezonja in the corner. To the inside. Whiteside. Good D by Lopez.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough. This is why you got to love where Giannis is in the young part of his career, willing to drain a crucial shot for his ball club.
Now here's Lillard, stolen by Bledsoe, and stolen by Lillard. A 3 from McCollum, and Chris Middleton pulls it down. Milwaukee in the lead. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Shooting 5 for 8.
How about that shot by Middleton? Doesn't matter where it is in the game, he'll take that shot.
Bledsoe against Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. Hezonja's shot is off.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
32 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Clock at 6. Antetokounmpo outside for Bledsoe. The 3-pointer no good. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. Lillard against Bledsoe. The shot, but they recover it.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're leading by 3. 6 seconds left in the game. And that's an intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Chris Middleton has worked his way back and come a long way. The former second-round pick becoming a consistent starter in the league.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
And now here's Hazonia, and so the Bucks take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Congrats, Brooke, on the win. You guys were down, but you were able to overcome it. What does that say about your team?
You know, I think it shows our poise. You know, we responded. You know, I think we were really at our highest urgency level, and we came together as a team, and this time we held our lead in that.
Well, maybe you'll continue to develop that killer instinct during the rest of the season. Thanks, Brooke. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.